everyone. So, here we are from another episode of World Without Borders. So, today we are going to talk about a very exciting topic. Life, death is inevitable, living is a choice. So, what do you think about that? So, today we have Suzy and Megan, and I will let them to introduce themselves and we can start.
Hello, everyone. I'm Suzy, and I'm a host in this wonderful podcast.
Hi
Thank you,
everyone,
Suzy. Yeah,
thanks Suzy. Hi Renata, and I'm Megan from Cape Town, South Africa. Good to be here with you all again.
yeah. So just to make sure, I am Renata Anderson. I'm from originally from Brazil, but I live in Portland, Oregon. And Suzy is from Cameroon, and she
Cameroon.
lives in Kentucky. And so we're here to discuss about. Oh my God, I have a cat. So yeah, about death. So death have nothing very special because have death is for everyone of us, no? So but living is something different. It's a choice. So we have a lot of people living in autopilot, like zombies or hamsters or whatever we can say. So I would love to understand what Megan and Susie think about that, and how do they choose to live their lives. Yeah. So Megan, can you start, please?
Yeah, sure, Renata. Thank you. That's a good topic. So I think I agree with you. A lot of people and a lot of us. Let's just say us, not other people. Us. I think we've all been there. We tend to go into autopilot every now and again, and we just take what life sends us, right? And we move on from day to day, and we find after a few years that we've missed ourselves along the way. We've lost ourselves, and nothing is what we thought it was going to be because we've just not been hands on engineering our lives, just like planning and getting it into the space that we really want it to be. And I think it's pretty normal though, and for people to go through phases like that. But I think also what's most important is for one to actually grab those moments when you see it happening and going, okay, is this how it's going to be? Is this what I want? And when you start asking those kinds of questions, I think that's when your mindset changes to being a lot more present in your day to day, but also a lot more present about what am I doing here? What is my future? What do I want that to look like? And I think really when you start asking those questions, it's when you start making that switch from just being on autopilot and doing the default thing to actually living a life that you feel is the way you want it to be happening. So I'll stop there for now.
Yeah, thank you. That's so exciting. So many things to talk about that. Yeah, so Susie, please go ahead and tell me how do you live your life and how do you make your choices?
I want to take a personal example. Before I came to the US, I lived my life on autopilot, on what people think about me, the standard they want me to be. And I thought I missed a lot. Like, I'm young, but I was like, when I came to the US, I was like, oh, I wish I had enjoyed my time more when I was home because I miss it now. I wish I was like more free, more enjoyable when I was home. And then I was like, hey, why regrets about the past? Why I can still do the change? I'm very young. And I came here, I was 24, and I was like, you know what? I've decided to make a switch. I don't want to move to the next level and then regret about this present level because that
Yeah.
is the trap of life. It's like if you keep yourself in the mindset of, oh, I wish I could do, you will still be in the past. So I was like, let me live my present, enjoy. So in the future, I will like, I don't wish I could do anything different. I did all what I can do when I was there. I don't want to do anything different. That was just perfect. So that
Yeah.
shift helped me to live in the moment and also to be able to envision the future. Because in my brain, it was like, what is past? I told myself something when I came. I was like, what is past is past. You cannot do anything for the past.
Yeah.
Nothing else is supposed to be done. You cannot do anything for the future because it's not yet there, but I can do everything for the present.
Love that.
Living in that moment. And man, I'm living my life. You guys know. I'm doing the best out of it. I am not regretting any moment. And I am meeting people that really impact my life. As soon as I meet like make relationship that really impact my life, and I really love it. I don't regret the decision I'm making in the present. But I wish I could tell you.
I think you touched in a very key component about that, because that's true. We just live our lives in the present moment. We just
Yes.
live it now. So, and how many times we are in the now moment. So
Yes.
I think this is something that we have to put more attention on that, and intention too, because
Yes.
so how grounded we are in the present moment. And I think that's the only place that happiness
Yeah.
happens, no. And I think that this is a big part of it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful for sure. And so I would love to understand better when this shift happens in your lives, and if you can see an a before and after, or it was like a learning process, a journey. How was it for you both? Yeah, so
So for
Megan,
me,
please. Yeah,
Megan, yeah, you go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So for me, it was definitely about just reassessing my space right now. And Susie, you talk about being like 24 and being in that space. I went all the way to 45 and then realized this is not the life I want. This, I can do better than this, right? So first things first, to all of you listening out there, it's never too late to make that switch. Just for me, I had this sudden burst of aha when it became a thing of, am I actually following my passions? Am I enjoying what I'm doing? And a big part of it also for me is about peace. One of the biggest things I want in my life, in my space, in my everyday is peace. And I'm social, but I love my own company. I love being in nature, just quietly reading, listening to music, doing my thing. So it's not always about being out there and chasing something and doing. It's about what do you really want on like the deepest level. And for me, that is peace. So I can chase my passions and fill my life with doing the things that I'm doing today that I love doing, but the ultimate test for me is about going back into my real world, my living space with my family and my friends, and just having that peace around me. And like, this is what we've built
Hmm.
as a family, as a group of friends and family. And that's so important to me. So I think people must also remember that it's not always about chasing their dream, always being on the go. It's like on your deepest level, what are you needing? What do you want? And what restores you? So for
Hmm.
me, that's what the difference was the fact that I was so busy doing life that I never had peace and my mind just never stopped for a moment. Right? Now when my mind is not stopping, it's because I'm chasing my passions and I'm like doing this. I need to fit in another 10 minutes because then that can happen. And then when I step out of it, I go back to my peace. So that's the before and after for me, Renata.
Wow.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that.
I really
What
like,
about you, Susie?
yeah, I really like what you said is I think all started with coming back to yourself. I
Mm.
feel like back when I was in Cameroon, I was too surrounded. That is when I noticed that sometimes you can be too surrounded that you don't even know who the person you are really. Because I was like always family, I was always with people that I never had time to be by myself.
Yes.
So when I came to the US, the first scary thing I had to see was me. I was like, who is this person? Like I cannot just stand be with you, you know? You're like, hmm, You're boring to me. Yes, I was like, who is this person? You're boring to me. I don't
Yeah,
really know you. And now I have to sit and just be with you? No, that is not possible.
yeah,
And so I had a lot of complaints, I was complaining every time to my mom. I was like, hey, I don't like this place. She's like, why don't you like the place? I'm like, because it's making me be with myself. I don't want to be with myself. I want to be with people I know. I want to interact. I want to not stay by myself
yeah,
because I have nothing to tell to this person. That's the truth. Like, we're just so boring people. We have nothing to talk about.
yeah.
And then I remember then my dad told me something. My dad said, if you're not in peace with yourself, you cannot be in peace with anyone. I was like, but I'm very
Okay.
friendly, but you're not in peace.
Yeah,
And I was like, why will you be harsh like this on your daughter? Like, I am fine, you know? But then I started that moment of like, because I was not at peace because I was so regretting about not doing so much when I was home. Like,
yes,
not like giving more attention maybe to things that matter, family, friends. I was so focusing my job and
yeah,
going up, just working money. And no relations. I did not have time to build any relationship that was not in profit to me.
yeah,
And so when I went to college, I had that shift. It was not even really about the college experience. It was about the fact that I came back to myself and I was like, okay, I think this person is interested. And I also had a message that said people can only love you as much the way you love yourself. And I was like, see, I don't even love myself. I don't expect people to love me. So I
yeah,
arrived at that place. I was like, okay, let's start by you. And it was such an amazing shift, guys. I can tell you, it's like you come out from death, really death to life. You
yeah,
start discovering yourself. I discovered that I can be very creative. I started painting. I did everything like painting, drawing, anything my hand could touch because I want to know how good I could be in any new domain I touch. And I was just fascinated by this person. I was like, wow, you can be very creative. Something I never knew home because I was like, work, money, you know? And I also discovered I can make friends, build relationship that really lasts. I am a good listener. I never knew anything about that about myself. Also, I can be a good leader. I didn't know that I could lead. So when I discovered that, that is where I went into my passion fully, and I was like, everything I touch, I can do.
yeah,
So I started writing books. I started doing. So I started pushing my limits to the maximum, guys. And I'm so proud I did it when I'm still young, and I discovered it when I'm still young. I discovered I live in the moment.
yeah,
The
Mhm.
future I can't change. I can't change what is about to happen in the future because I'm not there. But I can impact the future. But I cannot change what happened yesterday because it passed.
yeah,
But the only thing I can do is live today and right now. The action I'm taking is today and right now. And that is where the change happened for me. My first year in the US, it was so drastic, but it just brought up a new version of me. And even when I'm doing in my leadership field, when I'm leading the NGO, when I talk into my book, you're like, I feel like this is a 65-year-old person talking. No, it's not about the age. This is the person that discovered who she was
there
that
we
is
go.
talking right now. And you
Love
can
it.
discover it at any age. And as soon as you discover that, people will be like, you don't look like the author of the book. That's what a lot of people tell me because my book is out, guys. And a lot of people tell me when we read the book, it seems like the person that wrote this book is like has reached the peak of her life, has done that. I'm like, but yes, the peak of my life is discovering myself
Yeah,
and career
Yeah.
wise and relationship wise with myself. I think I did. And so when people read the book, they say it feels so relatable. When did you go through all this experience? I tell them it's not about the age, guys. It's not about
yeah,
the age.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I think one discussion is very important here. It's like we are human beings, not human doings. Né? So
Yes, I love
and
it.
we are so focused on the to-do list, and we have a checklist. We have to do this, and I think more and more we should be focused on the to be list. Who am I? I want to be? Who is this person? As you said that, oh, I'm so boring. So okay, when you realize that, okay, so how can I change into an interesting person, that, so because this is a choice too.
Yeah.
So and I think when we realize that, it's very powerful.
I
and
agree.
and as you both said, we just know that when we look inside, when we
Mhm.
have this time to connect and say, okay, let's make my to be list.
Mhm.
Who I want to
Yes.
be today.
Yeah.
And and unfortunately, I think the system that we're living in push us to outside all the time, and it's so easy to get distracted and don't look at inside.
Yeah.
And just when we are looking at inside, that we live in the present moment. And then I think it's what both of you said, and then you become in peace
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you are in the present moment, connected to yourself. So I think for me it was a learning process. It was a journey, and I respect different moments in my life where I was very workaholic, where I was doing, very focused on other things, and I learned it for that process too. And I don't know. I think everybody have their own journey, and all the journeys are beautiful. It's
Yeah.
up to us to give value on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love what you said. It's on to us to give value. We have the ability to make the journey more beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The thing I always tell people, I am not different from you. Don't think I have a super mind
Yeah.
because I do all these things. Oh, wow. She leads all these people, she has a super mind. No, I'm just a human being just like you that just decided to use her brain differently. That's
Yeah.
all.
Love that.
So
Love
if
that too.
you just tap into that, you are more than me even. I tell my leaders sometimes that if you tap into what you have, you are seriously more than I'm not a magician. I don't
Absolutely.
go and call your names around candles.
Yeah.
No, because I am working. I don't have time to call your name around candles. But when you have that peace with yourself, you develop naturally what we call a work-life balance. Because you love yourself, you say, I will not kill myself at my job site working too much. I have to take care of myself. I have to do my face masks. I have to look good. I have to give myself grace. You know,
Yeah.
I have to always look young, no matter how much the job is. I always want to try to put a little bit of, I talk about that, put a little bit of fun in my job so that it
Yeah.
should not weigh me out. And I enjoy the whole The thing is enjoying the process.
Mhm.
Right.
In every stage of life, there is something to enjoy about. No matter how bad you think that the world has come against you, there's always one thing to enjoy. So when you focus on that, you get less older. First of all, you gain in age, you gain in time, you gain in, how can I say, experience, because you are available to have all this experience. Your head is not blocked like I
Right.
can't do this. I believe I can do everything. Be
Right.
president, I can do everything as long as I make myself available for it. But you have to make yourself available. So that is something very important. Living is a choice, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody will make that choice for you. Even if I love you, I cannot choose to live for you. I can only tell you how to, but I can't do it for you.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a personal decision. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And ladies, I always speak to my youth when I'm busy with some of my kids that I tutor and in the youth space. And if there's anything I just want them, I really want them to pick up from the time that I spend with them, whether it's English literacy or another youth topic. The one thing is like it starts with you. And one of my favorite coaches always says, it starts with you, but it's not about you. And once you get the distinction in that, you can start moving in that direction, right? But I always try and remind them that everything you need to like live in your zone, in that perfect spot for you, is here. It's already there. You've just got to take that time to connect with that person. And I was giggling when Susie said a bit earlier about, just loving this person and, really getting to know yourself. Because over the last few years, it's taken a nice journey of self-discovery and just exploring who and what I I can and want to do. And it's like these days I'm like, oh, some days I'm just like a total vibe, and it's it's just appreciating the things about you that you really always wanted to connect with. And it's not possible every day. It doesn't happen every single day. But if it happens more often than not, then I think you're on your way there for sure.
Yes, and also we have to put into mind that life is not perfect, guys. It's not perfect for nobody.
Mhm.
Nobody have a perfect life. No matter how much money you have, how much money you don't have, we do have the same struggle. No
Yeah,
matter how our position we are. So it's a decision. You will not say, I will be happy when I have more money. You'll be as sad as you are right now when you don't
right,
have anything.
right.
So you have to make that decision of like, I am happy now. With this $1, I am so happy.
Yeah,
So when I have $1,000, I am happier.
yes,
Or I'm still at that same dimension, but it's happiness is a mindset. Living is a mindset that we have to put in our minds and make a decision. You will never be happy when you get what you want to get. As soon as you say, I will happy, I want to have that job will come with its own problems. You say,
yeah,
I'll be happier when the problems of the job will be solved. As soon as one problem is finished, another problem will add. Everybody has problem. But the
right.
ability to be happy in that situation is the key to success, guys. And you will love it.
Yeah, your response to it is certainly what decides how things move forward, right?
Yes. And what comes your way, the beauty of it. I don't know. I connected with a lot of people. Like people look at me and say, you're always happy. Man, I have a lot of problems. But there is no gain for me to portray that to you. And a lot of people that came towards me, they say, I love the happiness you radiate. It's when somebody come close to you that man, you have problems. But
Yeah,
they can never really know by seeing your face. I'm like, "Wait, why would I portray that? Because on the inside, the outside may be like fire, but the inside is so at peace. It's like in a beach somewhere having the moment of his life. So and it attracts people. First of all, one, it attracts people. And the best thing in life you can get is relationship. It attracts people. And the people, they come and they solve your problem. That's my life. The people, they
right.
come and they solve your problem. And it's like, I love you. I love just the fact that you are just always in this positive mindset. Things will be better. I'm like, that's all I have.
Yeah,
My joy, that's the only thing I can control. So why not make the best out of it? I cannot control your mood. I cannot control the money I have every day. I cannot control the people I lead because this morning they are happy, tomorrow morning is another version because human beings are
yeah,
unpredictable. But I can control myself. So
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's very interesting. And understand, some people, as you said, they have everything, and when they go for holidays, they just complain about everything because,
yes.
like, oh my God, what am I going to do with 24 hours just for me? So they
wow,
get lost, and that's because uh, work can be an addiction and a very good distraction
yes,
to and and a lot of people say, oh, but we have to work for live. uh, okay, but um I think still we have the chance to have a balance, and to think about ourselves and what we are doing. Otherwise, a lot of people that work with terminal patients, terminal disease patients, and learn like nobody regret, oh, I didn't work enough, I should
Yeah.
work harder. So nobody say that. So
Yeah.
they normally say I should spend more time with my kids, I should spend more time in the nature, I should spend I, so the things that we regret in the end is it's what should always matter.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right on.
I love it.
Right
Yeah.
on.
So when is the time to understand what are the priorities? I think as soon as possible.
Yeah.
It's still a learning process, but as soon as possible we understand, because in the end of the day, the only thing we really have it's time, and we don't know up until when.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows.
So, but because everything else you can have today and tomorrow you don't know.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You don't know. And we take a lot of things for granted.
We do.
And sometimes, but the only thing that we know for sure is once you spend your time, it's never going to come back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, how do you spend your time? So, how do
Mhm.
you live your life? So, what are the decisions you make every day? So, this is life,
Yeah.
It is life.
and I think the most important thing here is awareness. How aware you are of your decisions.
Yeah.
So, and come back to the beginning. Are we
Mm.
living in autopilot? Just repeating, oh, this is my routine, or oh, I'm going to do that when I get married, when I have this job, when I retired, uh,
Mhm.
so because maybe that never happened.
Hmm.
So is
You,
it okay if that never happened?
you
Yeah.
know, I love what you said because I said I always I told my mom when I was home, it's like when I would travel to the US, I'll be happier. It was a big lie. I wasn't. As soon as I crossed that, as soon as the plane landed, I was like, "What? This is not what I meant."
Yeah.
And then suddenly I knew that I will never be really happy because no matter what you give to me, I said when I have a car, I'll be better. I have a car, I am even worse from the beginning. So
Yeah.
it's not about your possession or the things that happen to you. I want to put that awareness out. It's not
Yes.
when you get married that you'll be happy. That you'll be even more frustrated because you have to deal with two people now. It's not when you have children that you'll be happy. You'll be more frustrated because now you have to deal with three people. Shout because
Yeah.
human being you can't control them. You will
Yes.
not be more happy when you get that job because now you have to deal with your colleagues, your boss. You will not be more happy when you get that company for yourself. You become the owner of the company because now you have to deal with people. And it's even worse because you have to put more working hours. So I
Yeah.
want us to have that awareness of like it's not the external things that make me happy. It's not the fact that got a roller for my face that makes me happy. It's not the fact that I got a Mac computer, a MacBook, or a house that makes me happy. My happiness is from the inside. So the
Yeah.
exterior cannot shake in that what is in the inside.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
So
Yeah.
it's your responsibility. It's up to you to make yourself happy. And that's
Yes.
very
Yeah.
powerful. And I think it was this beautiful message to the people that watch us. So please, if you like what we say here, and so share with your friends, subscribe, like, and I think that's it. Anything else you want to say?
A little
Yeah.
concluding? Yes.
I think I just want to do a shout out to South Africa, the US, Jamaica, our top three following countries at the moment. Thanks for your support, guys.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you. And see you next.
See you next
Bye.
episode.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
We're crossing oceans, crossing skies, lifting each other as we rise. No more limits, no more walls. Together we answer the world's calls. World without borders, we are free, telling the stories of humanity. No more divide, we stand as one. Together, together, our journey's begun.